Yo, what is up, folks? It's your boy Sports PSP. Hope everyone is enjoying a fantastic Friday. Sorry, folks. I know I'm in a different room. Unfortunately, because of some issues surrounding my house, particularly my office, I have to do it in bedroom in my bedroom. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to roll with the podcast, but it is what it is, folks. I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure you guys are gonna have a good show. As you all know, folks, for those who are new to the Sports PSP podcast, please make sure you go like and subscribe to the Sports PSP podcast. Um, Man, folks, we really got to talk about some news regarding just regarding everything that's going on, particularly the NBA, the NFL. Of course, I'm going to talk about the whole news regarding Aaron Rodgers, with his injury and so much more. But I really got to talk about the NBA with one in particular, Kevin Porter. Kevin Porter Jr. was arrested um, with domestic violence, beating up his girlfriend, allegedly beating up his girlfriend, Kaisere Gondrezick. Used to play the WNBA. I mean, when you hear these accusations regarding Kevin Porter Jr., I mean, this is just horrifying. I mean, this is just horrifying. According to a report, I think from the Associated Press. See if I can find it right here. This is from the Associated Press. Michael R. Sisic. Houston Rockets guard Kevin Porter Jr. was arrested in New York City on Monday morning for allegedly assaulting his girlfriend, former WNBA player Kaisere Gondrezick. According to prosecutors, the alleged attack left Gondrezick with a fractured neck vertebrae and a deep cut above her right eye. Porter Jr. pled not guilty to felony assault and strangulation charges and was released on a $75,000 cash bail. Prosecutors also say Porter Jr. has a history of abusing Gondrezick, including an incident in which he rammed his car into hers. And the injuries that Kaisere Gondrezick suffered in the alleged attack by Kevin Porter Jr. A fractured vertebrae in neck, inches long gash above right eye, bruising and substantial pain to face, redness and bruising to neck, difficulty breathing, loss of motion in her arm, and according to prosecutors, Porter Jr. didn't stop until Gondrezick ran out into the hallway covered in blood. Um, these are really horrific stuff that I just read you. And when you look at Kevin Porter Jr., I mean, I don't know what words to say, and I mean it's just really horrifying. And I think with the NBA is going to have to take a strong stance with domestic violence, and they're going to have to figure out what they're going to have to do regarding the situation. Kevin Porter Jr. just looking at the just reading the stuff, it does not look good for him. It doesn't look good for him at all. As for Kaisere Gondrezick, your hearts and prayers just go out to her. I mean, I cannot even begin to fathom or imagine what she's going through. So all you can do is just hope and pray that she's okay because of what she just went through. I mean, this is just disturbing. I mean, just horrifying. And I was watching Stephen A. Smith's podcast, No Mercy. He said himself that he should be in jail. Well, if proven, then of course he should be in jail. He should have to suffer the consequences of his actions. Again, allegedly, he has to suffer the punishment. And also on top of that, he's gonna need counseling and therapy and treatment. And when you look at Kevin Porter Jr. and his history, it speaks for itself. I mean, when you read his history, and it is really, I mean, he has baggage. The situation with John Lucas when he was in Houston, and then of course his other issues in Cleveland. And you thought after all these incidents and coming off a really impressive season last year, I mean, he averaged around 19 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, signed a 4-year, $82.5 million contract. You would have thought he would have turned his life around, and he was a good player for the Houston Rockets. Well, right now, his career in the NBA is in serious jeopardy, and it does not look good for him at all. Again, if it's proven, he has to suffer the consequences of his actions. And if it includes jail time, so be it. If he has to serve jail time for these crimes, so be it. And as for the woman, I hope that she gets the necessary help and treatment. And also Kevin Porter Jr. Again, if he's guilty, not only he has to suffer the consequences, but he should also get some therapy and treatment as well. And it's really unfortunate because again, in 2023, we're a few months away from 2024. The days of men putting their hands on women is no longer acceptable. At the end of the day, no matter what happens as a man, when you put your hands on a woman, you're always going to be viewed as wrong. So I got more to say, but hold on. Let me bring one of the people onto the panel. I got my boy Kenny. Yo, what's up, Kenny? Can you hear me?
Yo,
What's up, man? How you doing?
chilling, bro.
Chilling. Just talking about the whole situation regarding Kevin Porter Jr. What's your thoughts regarding the whole matter?
Me personally, I don't think he deserves to be in the league for right now. I think he deserves to be temporarily suspended. I said temporary suspended until he gets his act together because he's done like he's had bad behavior before, and I feel like he hasn't really gotten his stuff together. So I think this was the last straw. You know what I'm saying? He damn near almost killed a woman. So, and I think that is some bitch ass tendency. So I feel like he doesn't deserve to be in the league at all because there is no room or no error to ever put your hands on a woman, like at all.
Okay, and I agree with you there. I mean, when you read and when you hear all this reports, you're talking about a broken vertebrae. She's according to prosecutors, Porter Jr. didn't stop until she left the room, walked into the hallway covered in blood. I mean, it's just horrifying and it's just crazy. When you hear and when you read all this stuff, especially we're in a different time now in 2023, and we still continuously hear these types of situations. So, what do you think Adam Silver should do? I mean, you recommend suspending him. How long do you think the suspension should be?
I think he should just be banned from the league. Like, bro, like you damn near almost broke a woman's vertebrae, you know, and that's just not okay. Like something is like mentally wrong with you. Like I don't know, like if bro's father wasn't in his life or something like that. I don't know what Kevin Porter Jr. has, done with his life or anything like that. But that's still like unacceptable to like put your hands on a woman. Yes, Miles Bridges' situation wasn't as bad as Kevin Porter Jr.'s, and you know, if any means, like you should never ever put your hands on a woman ever, you know. But Miles Bridges didn't break, you know, his baby mama's vertebrae or almost broke it type stuff. So nah, I feel like Kevin Porter Jr. definitely like deserves to be temporarily suspended until he actually get the treatment that he needs, because apparently he doesn't think he needs help. So it's
Yeah, he
kind of
pled
like
not
blowing my
guilty.
mind.
Yeah, he pled not guilty, and now according to
Oh,
Sean,
he pled not guilty.
yeah, he pled not guilty. You didn't read the report?
Wow.
And not only that, according to Sham Charania of The Athletic, the Rockets are looking to trade him so that they can get something in return, whether second round draft picks, second round picks. Because again, he's a good player. He's coming off a year averaging 19, 5, and 5. So
So
again, unfortunately, and
hold on. So let me ask you this, PSP. So if you were the Rockets, like in this situation, what team would you actually think, or like where do you think like he would actually get traded to?
right now, I don't see him getting traded anywhere at this point because I don't think anybody at this point wants to touch him,
Oh yeah,
given
that's
his
facts.
baggage. But we all know, Kenny, and you know this as well. Talent, at the end of the day, regardless of your talent, regardless of your transgressions, your talent, you have to
Mm-hmm.
perform at a great or an elite level in order for you to be on a team. Kevin Porter Jr. may not be an elite player, but I do believe not this season, but maybe after next season or so, until he has these legal issues addressed,
Mm-hmm.
somebody's going to touch him because at the end of the day, he's still 23 years old with talent and potential.
No,
I
definitely.
I just don't see anybody at this point touching him at this point,
Yeah.
given accusations. Because when you're talking about a broken vertebrae, when you're talking about, and let me just read you the rest of the stuff right here.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about, let me see if I can find, yeah, a fractured vertebrae in neck, inches long gash above right eye, bruising and substantial pain to face, redness and bruising to neck, difficulty breathing, loss of motion in her left arm, and like the prosecutor said, he didn't stop until Gondrzik ran out into the hallway covered in blood, and prosecutors even admitted that he has a history abusing her. So this
He
is some scary ass shit.
he must really has a really good lawyer, because if there's evidence on that, then like that's actually like insane, like really insane. Because they're I don't know, bro, because you know like motherfuckers like R. Kelly, you know, they had like really, really good ass. Like, I don't mean to bring R. Kelly in this. Like, R. Kelly has done some awful shit. And you know, back then when he had his case, he was found not guilty.
Yeah, he
And
was
you know what I'm
acquitted
saying?
already.
And Kevin Porter Jr., he's not found guilty when it's clearly proof that he put his hands on a woman. You know, like that is just actually crazy and mind blowing to me, that you have evidence that this man put his hands on a woman and you still find this man not guilty. That makes no sense to me. So that man's lawyer must be really, really good, because that's actually crazy.
But it's happened, Kenny. Look, most people look, OJ Simpson, most people believe he's guilty, but he was acquitted.
Crazy.
Yeah. But Kevin Porter, if this is true, because again, accusations, but again, he got to suffer some consequences. Major serious consequences. As for Kaisere Gondrzik, you know, I just hope and pray that she's okay.
No,
Because
I definitely do too, because she's a beautiful, beautiful woman. And I
yeah,
think she need to stay away from Kevin Porter Jr. as much as you can, or like just block his ass off everything.
yeah. Seriously, I think both of them need some help, and you know,
I wouldn't say both of them. It's just him. I think she just need to get the fuck away
no,
from Kevin Porter Jr.
I think she needs some help to when I mean getting help, talking to family, talking to therapists, you know,
Oh, okay.
that type of help.
Yeah.
I
And
also think he needs help too, because clearly he got some problems. And to your point, his history. So again, his history that carries on.
And
So
and honestly, if I was her, I wouldn't get her in a relationship for like a long ass time because after you know what I'm saying, being abused like that, you
yeah,
know what I'm saying, I wouldn't get in a relationship if I was her.
yeah.
Type shit. I would just like work on myself, type shit, and then when it comes, it comes. But nah, she definitely needs to focus on herself.
But that's the thing though. Like, prosecutor says he has a history of doing this. But if you know he has a history of doing this, not to excuse him, why you still with him?
And if he has a history, then the NBA should ban him. It's just that simple.
Well, the NBA, Adam Silver, they're gonna figure out something, and we're gonna have to wait and see how this plays out. But overall, this looks horrible for Kevin Porter Jr. And we'll just see. But really, it's a really unfortunate story, and hearts and prayers just go to Kaiser Gondresick and her family, and that's all. I'm gonna leave it at that.
No, definitely.
All right, let's talk about some other news regarding the NBA. Have you heard about the NBA with the new rest rules?
Yes, I feel like this is a really, really, really good rule. I think Adam Silver did a good job with this. The Kawhi Leonard and Paul George definitely need to play more games, and I feel like this rule was implemented towards them. And I feel like this will be great for the NBA because we finally get to see Kawhi Leonard and Paul George play when they're actually healthy and no excuses. So this is a great rule.
Right. So let me read you some of the rules here. I just got some of the stuff from ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can show it right here. Teams must manage their roster to ensure that no more than one star player is unavailable for the same game. For an example, if the Boston Celtics would not be allowed to rest both Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum in the same game unless they are injured. Team must ensure that star players are available for nationally televised games and in-season tournament games. Teams must refrain from any long-term shutdown or near shutdown. When a star player stops participating in games or plays in a materially reduced role in circumstances affecting the integrity of the game, under that scenario, the Washington Wizards and Portland Trailblazers would have been investigated by the league after shutting down Bradley Beal 10 games, as well as Damian Lillard 11 games, respectively, at the end of the season. Also, teams must maintain a balance between their number one of games absence for a star player in home games and road games, with a preference for those absences to happen in home games. And teams must ensure that healthy players resting for a game are present and visible to fans. So I agree with you, Kenny, from the standpoint this is good. This is an excellent step for Adam Silver, and this is great for the fans because at the end of the day, the fans. Hold on, let me get casual in. The fans at the end of the day, they should get their hard-earned money. And they
Definitely.
should get their money. I mean, it's not every day they get to see great players like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, or whoever they come to see, whether at home or on the road. So I do think it's going to give more of the players a responsibility just to play and show up. But casual, I got you on,
Yo, what's
man.
going on, brother?
What's going on, man? What do you think about the NBA's new rules of resting players and stuff?
Man, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I work in the hospital and I get joy over just about anything, but I damn near flipped out my chair when I saw this shit. This is this is groundbreaking shit that Adam Silver just pulled off because one of the biggest problems that I think we've had for well over a decade now is the fact that um it's not enough commitment from the players these days, especially at this day and age. And so what this does is this sets the market. Forget about now. Think about 10 years down the line. This sets the market for people to have like an honest answer as to if they're going to get the value for what they're paying for. So like players like James Harden, forget James Harden. Players like Tim Duncan, these players that are able to get away with taking games off and stuff like that, like Kawhi Leonard and Paul George this past season, you're not getting away with that now. You're being held accountable for actually being the star that we know that you are, that we paid to see you, showcase. And so I think this is a wonderful thing.
Yeah,
WNBA.
no, I agree with you there, and Kenny and I agree with you the same. I think it's great, especially for the fans, because again, we pay our hard-earned money just to see you play. We don't care about anything else but show of you showing your talent when we're out here on the court just to watch y'all play. That's all we care about. And I do think Kawhi, PG, other guys who load management and stuff like that, it hurts the NBA. It hurts the brand. It hurts the fans because, again, we don't get our money's worth. And now that Adam Silver is stepping in, and Adam Silver, a lot of times, he's perceived as a player's guy as opposed to, rest his soul, David Stern. If this were David Stern, I don't think he would have allowed this to happen. But with
Yeah.
Adam Silver, I'm glad that he finally took the time to do this, because at the end of the day, he's thinking about business. He's thinking about brand. He's thinking about getting the fans their hard-earned money's worth. So, and he's holding the players more accountable, including the noticeable stars. So, also too, do you think with this, because I've been very critical about this basketball player for far too long now, Casual, and I know who I'm referring to, and I know you know who I'm referring to, Ben Simmons as well. Do you think it's going to give more of a motive or a reason for Ben Simmons and guys like that to play?
No, because I think in Ben Simmons' case, I think I don't think he needed any much more of a motivation than he had like last year or the year
Mm-hmm.
before, and it didn't move him to do anything then. So I don't, and he lost a lot of money then. So if that doesn't bother him then, like I don't see why it would bother him now.
Right.
I think the only player, right, like in this instance that I think
Kawhi.
it would impact to like be committed to show up to work every game is Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
I think that's the only player that beforehand
Mm.
he didn't show up to work, and this move just like further like pushes him to want to show up, because this is a lot of money that's going to like accumulate, and he hasn't shown any signs of him not caring about how much money he loses. Like even when he lost that money for like the whole vaccination situation, he was still
Mm-hmm.
pushing heavily for him to still get paid. So I think that if there was a player that it should push to want to like show up to work, game, I think it's Kyrie.
What about Kawhi Leonard?
I think Kawhi Leonard is a little more like it's a little more interesting. In the case of him showing up to work when he's healthy, absolutely. But I think
Right.
in like lately the situation has been a little more like finicky because he's actually been injured.
Right. All right. Kenny, what says you, man, before we wrap up?
I kind of agree with him on the whole Kyrie Irving one, only because what I'm saying, I don't know. Kyrie just has a lot of like personal shit going on, like in terms of like any other basketball player going on with their like personal life. So I think he's kind of in the pressure of that. But Ben Simmons' situation, I think I'm kind of agreeing with you, PSP too, because with him it's kind of more mental as well with Ben Simmons, and with Kawhi Leonard. He I don't know. I don't know with Kawhi, bro. I really don't. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I think it's because I think with Kawhi's case though, them knees though, they look bad. And look, I think with Kyrie, I think casual that's the perfect example. And I think with Kyrie, as Stephen A's often said about Kyrie Irving just finds an excuse or whatever not to show up to work and stuff. And look, Kyrie, a couple of years ago, he chose not to get the vaccine. Although I disagree with his decision, that's his choice. Kyrie was still able to sit at home and still collect, was it $17 million? So I think it's going to give more of a reason for the players to just go and play. That's all we care about at the end of the day. We just want to see you play. We just want to see you perform. We just want to get the fans their money's worth. and we just want the NBA to grow and brand. So kudos to Adam Silver. Although I do think, it should have been done a little while ago, because it was just starting to get bad and bad, and people were starting to take advantage of load management and stuff like that. But casual, before we move on to the NFL and other things, um, Kenny and we were talking
Yep.
about the whole situation with Kevin Porter Jr. What's your thoughts on that?
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Very disappointing. I was one of the main people watching. I'm sorry, I'm a little winded.
That's okay, man.
Watching Kevin Porter Jr. when he was in college, I was mesmerized at his potential, and so seeing how he's panned out, it's nothing like when you watch a young star and you even when you see the signs that say, I don't think this is him, and you just want to you want to see him succeed so bad, because black men in America don't really have too many opportunities, and here's this kid being granted, what is it, 3 different opportunities? Because truth be told, he shouldn't have been drafted in the first place with the situation that happened in college.
Right.
But then he gets to Cleveland and he has another issue with the front office, and they give up on him. And then Houston picks him up. And so to see all of this just like turn into, really just like a back slap to the face, it's really disappointing, because I know that his potential as a basketball player so much greater. So much greater. He should be one of the young stars that we talk about to this day. He should be. And so and that's not and that's and I'm saying all of that to not even touch in on what he's done, because putting your hands on a woman, I don't care who you are, that's pussy move. That's a pussy move. And you as a man should have more respect for yourself, because I was always raised to understand that you wouldn't want somebody doing that to your mom or your sister.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so for him to, not reportedly not just do it once, but he had done it several times and had the young lady leaking. It's
horrifying.
It's horrifying. Yeah, that's the absolute word. It's horrifying, and it's also saddening as a black man, because we already get a bad rap.
Yeah.
And guys like this makes it further difficult for us to be able to erase that stereotype that we have on our name.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, it's really it's just disturbing when you read all this stuff, because you're talking about a broken vertebrae, you're talking about all this stuff, and Kevin Porter Jr., he signed a 4-year, $82.5 million contract with the Houston Rockets. We knew he had some issues with Cleveland, and then early on with Houston with John Lucas. And he's coming off a really good season last year, averaging 19, 5, and 5, and he played well. You would have thought, he somewhat turned his life around, but unfortunately, in this particular case, that doesn't seem like it. And what do you think that Adam Silver and the commissioner should do? Do you think that they should punish him, suspend him?
I never want to say this word, but I feel like in this case, you have to make an example out of this kid.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should blacklist him.
Wow. Yeah.
I think what he's done is so unforgivable, so volatile, so vicious. Dare I say, damn near demonic. You know that as an NBA, forget from a business standpoint, as a brand, you cannot have ties to this young man. because no matter how far along in the years we go, he will always be looked at as the man that beat his girlfriend in the hotel and had her bleeding in the hallway. And as the NBA, as an NBA, unless you want to be associated with some of the other leagues, I ain't gonna say no brand names, but unless you want to be associated with those type of leagues, you have to disassociate with this player, if not for nothing, to show we do not accept unprofessional behavior on and off of this court.
It's very huge, man. Casual, man, appreciate you for hopping on, man. Before you leave, because I know you gotta take care of some stuff. If you still want to stay on the pod, please let them know where to follow you, my man.
Hey, man, you can follow me on the Hoopsters podcast. We do an episode every Sunday, similar to my boy PSP. We allow viewers to be able to come on and speak their truth, debate if they want to, their take or whatnot, and just have fun. We do episodes every Sunday and every Friday. Make sure to come check us out.
Appreciate it, Casual. Go check him out every Sundays, man. Always a pleasure. We'll definitely have you back on the podcast. Come on in anytime, man.
Hey, Pete, you coming on my damn show, man.
I'll come on your podcast.
You coming on the damn show. We go work something out. We go get you on the damn show. But man, it's always love. Us two being small time creators and stuff like that. It's always amazing when it comes together, right? So
absolutely, man. Black people sticking together, just doing something that we love to do.
Facts. Well, y'all have a good night, man, and make sure to check out my boy PSP. He got big things coming.
Absolutely, man. Thank you, man. Take it easy, Casual.
All right, brother.
All right, man. All right, y'all. So I got my boy Kenny and Casual for hopping on, sharing their pieces on Kevin Porter Jr. And I agree completely. I mean, there's no place for any man to be putting their hands on a woman. And yeah, this is really tough, I mean, it's really horrifying. I mean, with Kevin Porter Jr., he really needs to get some serious help for his problems and stuff. I don't know what the NBA is going to do. You can make an argument that the NBA should ban or ostracize Kevin Porter Jr. just to show everyone that we don't tolerate this type of behavior, and this type of behavior is unacceptable, and you're no longer a part of the NBA. Or you can say, you know what, we believe in second chances. We've seen guys who've done egregious things as well, but still able to turn around their career and resurrect their career. And as Shannon Sharpe has often said, the greatest apology is change behavior. So it's up to the NBA, up to Adam Silver to see whether or not they still want to keep Kevin Porter Jr. But anyway, folks, let's talk about the NFL. Of course, folks, unfortunately, the big news surrounding the NFL was Aaron Rodgers. The Monday Night Football game against the Buffalo Bills. Only 4 plays Aaron Rodgers played. Only 4. 4. And once he suffered the injury, once he was carted out of the field, and then later confirmed he ruptured his Achilles, it was devastating to New Yorkers, Jets fans, everyone, because finally you found a franchise quarterback after all this time. The Jets, unfortunately, they can't catch a break. Last year, this was a team that was projected. Last year, this was a team that could have actually had a good chance of making the playoffs last year, but unfortunately, Zach Wilson. That's what kept them away from making the playoffs last year. And after last season, you head into the offseason, you finally made some trades in order to get Aaron Rodgers, even though he was 39 years old, but you were able to get Aaron Rodgers, who was still at that point a top 5, top 10 quarterback in the NFL. And on the first game of the season, the season opener of this season, on the day of 9/11, 4 plays into the game, ruptures his Achilles. Now, the Jets, despite the injury, Zach Wilson came in. He did struggle. He did throw a pick, but he played well enough later down the stretch just in order for the Jets to win. The real reason why the Jets won that game was because of how awful Josh Allen was taking care of the football. He had 4 turnovers in that game. 4! 3 interceptions and a fumble. And since he came into the NFL in 2018, he's led the NFL in turnovers. 3 of those interceptions were to Whitehead. The other one was a lost fumble. And of course, the game-winning punt return touchdown by Xavier Gipson. Now the Jets, unfortunately, they got to go on the road and they got to face right now, the best defense in the NFL in the Dallas Cowboys. With a guy led by Micah Parsons, who is in conversation for Defensive Player of the Year. This is a really tough one for the Jets because, again, man, you couldn't catch a break. This is a quarterback that you finally got, that you finally wanted. This is a guy who can definitely push this team, get them to a deep playoff run, and unfortunately, 4 plays after that gets hurt. So, what should the Jets do after this season, whether they make the playoffs or not? Now, the good thing for the New York Jets, unfortunately for the Green Bay Packers, is this. Because Aaron Rodgers will miss the rest of the season with a ruptured Achilles, the New York Jets will now send the Packers a 2024 second-round pick instead of a first-round pick, since Rodgers will fail to play in 65% of the Jets' offensive snaps this season as part of the stipulation in April's trade. So, because of the fact that Aaron Rodgers was unable to play 65% of his snaps, that means the New York Jets able to still have the 2024 first-round pick. And I thought about some scenarios, some ideas for the New York Jets. Should they tank the rest of the season to try to get their hands on Caleb Williams? Because after all, Caleb Williams, number 1 overall pick, presumptive choice, best quarterback prospect, going back to Trevor Lawrence, a lot of comparisons between him and the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. Why not Caleb Williams? And after all, his father said that, it depends on the type of situation. It depends on the type of situation for my son. And if the situation is not well, then you know what? He could stay another year at USC. But hold on, I got a guest on. I got someone on the panel. Leaf.
PSP. What's
How you
going
doing?
on, bro?
Good, man.
I was just fixing up some 2K real quick, man. Like my career actually don't look too bad this year. All the stuff. Actually, the most of the game don't look too bad this year. It's just like a couple of tweaks they got to make, but I haven't touched Madden. I wanted to touch that new MK1. That new MK1 looked kind of good. So I'm
How'd you hear, man?
yeah. But yeah. So what was the thing? Just to dive in real quick about an untouchy subject that you got on earlier, because I did watch a little bit earlier. I just had it on pause. I had the volume low.
Oh, yeah.
The KPJ situation that apparently apparently what I'm hearing is that he made bail and then they were gonna take it to court or whatever. He was gonna get some type of time or something for that. The young lady doesn't want to she doesn't want to come forward with anything else or whatever, this, that, and the third. I don't know if you're familiar with her. She plays for the Indiana Fever.
Yeah, Kaiserite Gondrzik.
Yeah. Kind of, yeah. Gorgeous looking girl, man. Like, she was like, I think she was a top pick, maybe like a year, maybe two ago, something like that. Young girl.
Yeah, yeah,
Her,
fourth pick.
yeah, her sister was married to
Russia.
Dwayne Haskins.
Yeah, Russia's so yeah.
Rest his soul, and she had a domestic dispute with him, where she punched him in the eye, and the cops came and got her, and she had mugshot, whatever. So anyway, just to throw that out there, but they were saying that she didn't Kaza didn't want to come forward with any more information or anything else or whatever have you or something like that. I think they were saying about something about a restraining order, so I don't really know the whole story or whole aftermath of how the story is going to turn out. This, that, and the third. I just wanted to speak a little on that, but to move to the Aaron Rodgers thing. Listen, I think it's unfortunate. Obviously, as a Packer fan, I don't have any malice. A lot of people thought I did. I had people hitting on my phone, yo, Aaron Rodgers got hurt, this, that, and the third. I was like, I said it repeatedly. I said, listen, Aaron Rodgers got hurt. He does not play for the Green Bay Packers anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, I will repeat, he does not play for the Green Bay Packers anymore. We have a quarterback that was sitting behind him that people claim that Aaron Rodgers got pissed off when they drafted him. His name is Jordan Love, and in the first game of his career, of his starting career, of starting the season, he played against the Chicago Bears, and he looked like he was playing for at least 5 years. That's what he looked 10 times better than Justin Fields, bro. Like 10 times. If he was making the right passes, making the right reads. The running game, I like to see a little bit more of that with Dillon and Jones. I think Jones had tweaked something during the game. The defense was better. We a little bit out of the nickel. We got linebackers that's gonna make the play. Um, Go after and get after the ball handler. Just make the regular tackle. Just make the play. The secondary is looking okay. The defense as a whole is looking much better. I like to see what we look like against the Falcons next week because the Falcons was one of my picks. Was my pick to host the NFC Championship game. As you
Right.
know, I had said that before, but I like the way we looking. But as far as Aaron Rodgers getting hurt, this is the New York Jets, man. I think somebody had a segment. I don't know. I I don't know if it was you or somebody or PC that had a segment that said, "Is the Jets officially the most cursed team of all time?" And I
Yeah,
would
that was
say,
PC.
yeah. And I would say that listen, the one thing about the NFL is that it's a historic league, and
Right.
history tends to repeat itself. The one thing you have to know about the Jets, they always pick up somebody that is out of their prime, over the hill, just on their last legs. I remember when they got
Brett
Michael
Favre.
Vick, Brett Favre, Tim Tebow, LaDainian Tomlinson. Oh my God, the way LaDainian Tomlinson went out. Oh my goodness. But listen, the New York Jets, they just can't get right out of their own way. Now they're trying to. They went from all going online after the game that they won, talking about maybe possibly picking up Kaepernick, who hasn't played in 7 years, or Phillip Rivers, who's been retired for the last 2 years and is 41 years old. So that means that you don't believe in Zach Wilson. You never really did believe in Zach Wilson because you're telling Zach Wilson, oh, yeah, we're going to get another quarterback just to have another quarterback on the list. But realistically,
They don't
last year,
believe him.
yeah, of course they don't believe it. And last year you played Mike White,
And
who
Joe
was,
Flacco.
yeah, and Joe Flacco. Mike White was on, I believe, was on the third practice squad.
Right.
And,
And he
and,
looked good against the Bears last year.
yes, he did. Yes, he did. He looked absolutely pretty good against the Bears. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, man, the Jets are panicking, and they literally won the game. They won the game.
They did.
Be,
Hands down. And
be
wasn't
it be
even
it be
close.
it on be it on special team, they beat the class of their division.
Right.
Buffalo, let's going forward. Even though Josh Allen could get mad and cursed, they looked at as the class of their division. You've been on record about the Patriots, man. Listen, Belichick has been on fraud watch for the last 3-4 years. Miami, Tua has his issues. That's one of the teams that I kind of wanted to, put some faith in. But obviously, Tua with the game that he had, I don't think he could hold up for the entire season. They had Dalvin Cook, I maybe would have believed in them more, but the Jets messed around and got him. But listen, the bottom line is the Jets can't get out of their own way. They can't. And it's probably the same thing that's going to happen to the suck ass Cowboys, because I know, listen, even though you got the Cowboys to win the division, listen, listen,
I
I
have them
know.
winning the division. I do not have them going to the Super Bowl and winning. Let's
Okay,
be
all
clear.
right, but even though you have them winning the division, I will say this about them winning the division: what can go wrong will go wrong, and I know you heard that saying before when it pertains to the Cowboys.
Yeah, from
The,
Stephen A. He's often said, and everyone knows it. The Cowboys, they're prone to doing cowboy things. They're prone to
yes,
doing dumb things.
yes.
But if I'm the Jets, and I was talking about what the Jets should do, should they take for a quarterback? Maybe Caleb Williams or Drake May? Probably not, because people have often said, random people that I talked to on Instagram, TikTok, and some people, they said that the Jets are too talented of a team to tank. So my thing is, okay, if you don't want to tank for a quarterback, but you're going to have to draft one, because Rodgers is about to be 40 in December, and he's coming off a ruptured Achilles. And we've seen Zach Wilson, and he's not the answer. You're going to have to draft a quarterback. You're going to have to draft Michael Penix Jr. from Washington. You're going to have to draft, whether if Quinn Ewers is available, you may have to move up in the draft to take one of these quarterbacks. And I hope for the Jets case, should Shedeur Sanders, should he come out the draft and maybe
Hmm.
the Jets draft him?
You know what? A lot of these questions you asking was circulating almost immediately after the injury. It was almost like the Jets lost that game. That's what it felt like. It was almost like the Jets lost that game, and it was like I even had people say Aaron Rodgers robbed the Jets. Man, he really wasn't hurt. Just that, and then third, and I'm like, okay, my dad, he been a Jets fan for basically all his life. He's 61 years old, and he believes that Aaron Rodgers robbed him. That's what he believes. I'm like, okay. I'm like, we going way too far. He's like, yo, come on. He played 18 years for y'all. Then he get with us, man. Like, and then he just fall. I'm like, listen, if he wanted to do that, why wouldn't he just do that in training camp during the off season? And knowing he was going to get 75 million guaranteed. It doesn't.
He was happy with the Jets as opposed to Green Bay. I mean, there's a difference when you're in New York, Leaf.
Yes.
He wanted out of Green Bay. He felt like he was happier there with the Jets. He also wanted to reunite with his former offensive coordinator, Nathaniel Hackett, who was the head coach last year for Denver. And people thought that Denver had a chance of getting Aaron Rodgers because of Nathaniel Hackett.
Right.
So when I look at Jets, he only lasted 4 plays. That's the number. That's the same number as Brett Favre wore throughout his career. 4.
That's way too ironic right there. That's way like PSP. Now you get what I'm saying about history tends to repeat itself in the NFL. This is like a thing that I know a lot of people don't believe in bad mojo and curses and all of that, but the thing is, Primo, what's good?
My man Leaf, man.
Primo, what's good with it, man?
They don't let us on there no more, huh, Leaf?
Look, listen, I talked to Ron, and they got a Brooklyn
PSP, man.
Yeah,
Primo,
definitely.
How you doing, man?
Football or basketball today, man?
We doing football right now.
We doing football right now. We talk about Aaron Rodgers.
What's your word? What's your word on the Aaron Rodgers
I got my
injury?
dude, man. Listen, I got my dude. Listen, my man got out, man. He like me, but he might be even more well versed in football, especially. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you could talk to him about Aaron Rodgers and what happened with Aaron. He went out because I only watched Steelers games.
He went out in 4 plays, bro. Like it only took him 4 plays. Achilles
See,
injury,
Lee from
out
New
for the
York,
season.
so
Oh, first snap.
Out,
fourth snap. Oh
yeah,
yeah,
4
see,
snaps and out for the season. Yep, Achilles.
Yeah.
he out for the season.
Achilles.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
rushed
Oh
his
they
no,
said the
Achilles, man.
season.
Half
he
Yeah,
season.
might as
they
well
said
retire.
Achilles. They said
Yeah,
Achilles.
Achilles.
Yeah,
He might as well retire, baby.
No, he might not
yeah.
retire.
I said
He got
this is gonna speed up the retirement process because he was
He should
basically on his last.
retire.
Yeah, he was basically
Four
on his
snaps,
last
you get the
leg. Yeah,
Achilles.
he got
yeah.
time to tweak me though. You seen it?
And not only
It was
that,
weird.
Primo, Aaron Rodgers will also be 40 in December. So
He'll be 40 for sure.
He not a fast person though, so he could still. He might be cool.
No, but he was mobile. He was a mobile quarterback
gotta
where
be
he
mobile.
moved around.
He one of the
Right.
niggas that can.
But that's part of his best
Who this
attribute.
nigga?
Right.
Here's the difference between Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. If Tom Brady has suffered that injury, not to saying that wouldn't be catastrophic or dangerous, I still believe
Yeah,
Tom Brady
stands in
would have
that
been
pocket.
fine because again, he's known for as a pocket passer. He's never known for mobility or improvisation. That's what Aaron Rodgers does best. Leaf, you know it better than most throughout his
Yeah,
time
yeah,
in
Yeah,
Green
for
Bay.
sure.
Absolutely,
The last couple years,
absolutely. Because you go back to the Super Bowl that we won. He was basically
moving with
playing.
that bitch.
Yeah, he was basically playing Nerf football that year, like the Super Bowl that we won, because it was basically a lot of broken plays. It was a lot of broken plays, and it was a lot of rolling out of the pocket, and he played on a lot of turf. With I remember we played the Eagles. We ran that game. We ran James Starks that game, and then he went
Who's
in the
we?
dome.
You talking about the Jets?
Nah, Packers.
Oh,
we
you a
ran.
Packers fan?
Yeah, Packers
Oh,
are my
okay.
team. So I remember him when we played Atlanta in
never
that
knew.
Georgia Dome. In the Georgia Dome that year, he was just running circles around John Abraham, and then we winded up playing. Then we winded up playing Cutler in the Bears, and
He was
that
And
happened.
lost.
He was a bum.
Yeah. Cutler had folded, and then that's when we got to the Super Bowl and played Pittsburgh, and then we won that game. So
It was hard.
Yeah, I remember
it like
y'all played us, man.
yeah. I
Rashard
forgot.
Mendenhall fumbled on the goal
Yeah, he
line.
fumbled.
Y'all
Yeah,
would have lost for sure.
he
Because Aaron
fumbled that.
Rodgers ain't do shit the second half. Nothing.
That's his only ring.
Shut him down.
In your Pouncey didn't play. I remember Pouncey didn't play too. The center.
Pouncey
So
ain't play.
yes,
Nah.
Pouncey
That's
didn't play.
dope. Aaron Rodgers probably the best nigga though.
Mm.
Arm and talent for sure.
I got Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
new shit. I'm talking about all the Tom Brady, all them niggas. Yeah, it's different. Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers
is
the
bad.
first one.
So Primo, let me ask you this question, my dude. You think Aaron Rodgers should he retire?
No,
Yes, I think he should retire.
hell no.
I think
else he
well
trying to gain?
at this point like he not 18
4
19
snaps, you break an Achilles.
yeah 4 snaps.
You
Listen
break
though.
you
Hey, let me
tear
see him
your
real
Achilles.
quick. Hey, listen, bro. When did Peyton Manning win the second one though?
He ain't snap his Achilles.
Peyton
though.
Manning-
That was in year
Achilles is
18.
different.
Yeah, Peyton Manning won it in year
He had a
18.
neck injury.
For the Broncos, right?
Yeah, the neck.
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
Broncos. Yeah.
They won it because of their
Yeah,
defense.
and
They
it was
won because of the
defense.
defense, yeah.
Exact. Aaron Rodgers got a defense right now. Boy, them boys raw.
You think Aaron Rodgers better than Peyton Manning?
No, fuck no.
I don't.
But at that time, right now, the way
Yeah, but they had an all-time
listen,
nigga
that
on their
defense he
team.
got, he can be
They had
a
a nigga
regular
with
quarterback.
steroids
As long
on
as
their
he
team.
not Zach Wilson, he can win, bro. A little better than him, he can win.
He can't win.
Yeah, it's possible. It's
possible,
possible,
But I think for the Jets, what they're gonna have
The
to do,
Super
they're gonna have to
Bowl?
draft a quarterback after this season. They're gonna have to draft a
PSP.
quarterback.
Right.
Well, what's up?
I agree with that.
What he say?
He said they're gonna have to draft a
Oh,
quarterback.
they got Zach. Zach gonna get better. Zach was cool. He just was like Zach wasn't just like shitty.
He's gonna
He
get
was just-
shitted on
nah.
against the
What
Cowboys.
you think about
Well,
Zach,
the
PSP?
thing about Zach is that the Jets don't believe in him. Because the thing is, right after the game, they was talking about
the coordinator is Aaron Rodgers' dude.
He just
yeah,
won,
the coordinator is the Aaron Rodgers guy. So you got to
that's the reason he there.
Yeah, so you got to remember management don't believe in Zach Wilson neither, because they was talking about picking up Phillip Rivers, who been retired for 2 years, and Kaepernick, who ain't played in 7 years. That's what
Only
they was
only
talking about.
retired player to pick up is
not just
Andrew
that,
Luck.
not just that, Leaf. They also thought about bringing in Matt
I'm cool
Ryan.
with that.
They also thought about bringing in Carson Wentz or Nick
Wentz we
Foles.
do back then.
Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz,
Nope.
Nick Foles.
Fuck Carson Wentz. He's ass.
I'll take Nick Foles. I'll take my chances with Nick
I'll
Foles
take
before.
Nick Foles over Carson Wentz.
Yeah, I'll take Nick Foles over Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz got the
Either
same
one.
injuries. He got the same injury since
They
he
need
was
to
10
go-
years old.
They need to go try
Well,
to get
nobody wants
Andrew
him at
Luck.
this point. I told y'all, Leaf. I told you when he got signed to when he got traded to Washington, I didn't want anything to do with Carson Wentz.
Oh yeah. Carson. I think Carson Wentz.
my-
Yeah, that
He
was a
was
waste of
dog.
time. And
Walk it to me. They
that was a waste of time in Washington because he suffered the same injury he been suffering from. He never healed.
Yeah.
And plus,
He
not
never
only
got
that,
back
Leaf,
because he tried to.
and plus,
he
not only
wanted-
that,
he
Leaf.
was
Here's
hurt.
here's the thing with Carson Wentz. He was in a good situation in Indy behind Frank Reich, former offensive coordinator. He worked in with Philly. He had a good offensive line. Jonathan Taylor played great that year. That was the year when he made the Pro Bowl and first team All Pro and led the NFL in rushing. And even under those circumstances, he couldn't get them to the playoffs, in which Phillip Rivers the previous year made the playoffs. That's an indictment on Wentz.
Yeah,
For
well, it
real,
is.
Hey, for real, we could say the Colts was a
What up?
Super Bowl top
What up?
dog
They
coming
just need a
up,
quarterback.
and they was waiting on when Andrew had the Colts right there. I had the Colts right there. I thought they was going to the bowl or at least.
That was like 20.
They
Man,
sabotaged
I
Yeah.
was like,
Andrew
oh,
Luck's
they got
career, Primo.
everybody.
They sabotaged Andrew Luck. They ain't putting nothing around
Oh,
him.
Yeah.
sorry for late response.
Bro, they
I
had
just
everybody
read
that
the response.
year.
No, it's all good, Dev. But Dev, I want to ask you, what's your thoughts about Aaron Rodgers' injury? Do you think that the Jets can still make the playoffs with Zach Wilson? And do you think that the Jets, after this season, should draft a quarterback?
First things first, it's devastating seeing his injury. I never want to see a player get hurt like that, especially an all-time great like Aaron Rodgers or any player. As a Jets fan, I feel for him because you get the best quarterback you get in like 60 years, and then first game he gets injured. So, and I want to shout out to the Jets for winning that game because it showed the resilience and how good that team actually is as well, how elite that defense is, and I think I need to see their schedule to see if they still can make the playoffs.
They got Kansas City next week.
No, they got Dallas. Kansas City.
They got Kansas City next week.
But they got Dallas this Sunday.
They got Dallas this Sunday, and then they got Kansas City on Thursday. Right?
That's a loss.
Yeah,
We play Dallas.
So they're gonna drop one of those.
So wait, they got hold on, wait, PSP,
They gonna beat the fuck out of
time out. They got Kansas City this Sunday, and then they got Dallas on Thursday.
No, Leaf. The Jets, they got Dallas this Sunday at Dallas.
Yeah,
in
they're at
Dallas.
I like that.
And then Kansas City on Thursday.
Like Ben Roethlisberger.
Let me check.
That nigga just be catching vibes sometimes.
No, he had everybody. Hey, Josh Allen had everybody at one time.
Yeah, actually, Leaf, after the Cowboys,
I thought
after
they
the
was
Jets
so
Cowboys
low.
game, after the Jets Cowboys game, the Jets have a home game against the Patriots in week 3, and then in week 4 they got the Chiefs.
Patriots.
You'll know the
Patriots
game.
suck.
So they got
okay.
So Dallas. The Dallas game, bro. All they got to do, bro. Like realistically, Dallas is
That's gonna be a defensive game.
Yeah, it is gonna be a defensive game, but Dallas to me, they didn't prove anything by shutting out the Giants, bro. The Giants is ass. Like, come on, the Giants ain't that good, bro. Like we all know that.
Yeah, and also I think with the situation, I do think
Saquon played.
They probably do have to go.
Saquon played, but the old line was trash.
Yeah, I do think they need to draft a QB.
So that's his fault. That
On Primo, let's let Dev.
No,
finish.
Primo, you gotta.
Dallas.
I hate Dallas too, Primo.
On Primo, let's let Dev finish. Dev, you mentioned they should draft a quarterback.
Oh yeah, tell him.
We
out.
Because,
All right,
this year
Primo.
quarterback draft is because this year the quarterback draft is The draft class is
Let me
deep, right?
keep that money. Yeah.
It's more than Caleb. It's like
Is Carl
there's
on?
Caleb Williams, May, Penix, Mo Nix. Like this year, there's a deep
It's
quarterback
deep.
class. So you can put them on the bench for the main time, draft a star talent and draft your guy, and then
Right.
if Aaron Rodgers want to come back and mentor that guy, if he has some juice in the tank, let him play and let those young guys move on. And you probably could trade Zach Wilson for like a pick or something like that. If you guys don't believe he's the guy, if the Jets don't believe he's their guy. I think this season, I'm not gonna say they can't make the playoffs because I need to see at least a couple games, like 2 games, because like it's still like I said, it's only week 1, so
Right.
I can't really give a full judgment because we don't know how injuries gonna happen and how
I
good the
can.
defense can game. Because like they damn near made the playoffs last
You give
year.
a full judgment off of week 1. I like about week 4 or 5.
Yeah, because like they damn near made
I
the
mean,
playoffs
well,
last year.
I would have
seen
gave it
Buffalo
about.
go
I would
5-0 and lose every game.
and lose every game afterwards. Yeah, I remember. I
After
remember
that,
that.
yeah.
No, actually, y'all, I was thinking that they should tank, but to get Caleb. But at the
Nah.
same time, to Dev's point, the Jets too talented of a team. So
Way too
Dev,
talented.
if
Yeah,
they're
don't
not
tank,
going,
don't
if they're
tank.
not going to get Caleb or Drake May,
Who
should
tanked?
they?
The Jets?
This is a
They
deep
can't
quarterback
even
class.
do
I think they'll
good.
be good. They'll be
Well,
good with what? They'll be good
well,
with Michael
They'll
Penix.
be
Didn't the Jets
good.
win
Yeah,
that
they'll be
game?
good with somebody. Anybody in the
Didn't
first
the
round, I
Jets
think
win
they'll
that
be
game
good.
they lost? I mean, Aaron Rodgers got hurt.
Yeah, they won that game.
Didn't they win that game? They're
Yeah, they
not
won.
that bad enough to get Caleb. No way.
Yeah,
But that's my. But Dev, hold on, guys, hold on.
You know who
Dev,
might
I
get
agree.
Caleb? You know I want to get Caleb? The Steelers. Gonna lose
That's
every
not
game.
going. Primo, that ain't
That
going.
ain't gonna happen.
Stop, Primo. That ain't happening. But Dev, I think you mentioned Michael Penix Jr., which I think that'd be
Yep.
good for the Jets. What about Shador Sanders?
I don't know if he's gonna come out this year. That's the thing. Like, if he does come out, we're gonna get him. But if he does come out, get him.
I think he's gonna stay another year.
Yeah, I think he's gonna stay another year. Because reason why? Because that's when Travis come out too, and we'll see. And his dad, and then, he can play one more year with his dad. Because like, and it makes more sense. It's a win-win for Shador. Because like, think about it. Because Shador could be the number 1 pick next year. Versus like this year, he has Caleb, Drake May.
Hey, Dev, I need a favor, bro. Like,
Yo.
yeah, we got y'all this Sunday. We gonna need that game.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Listen. It's gonna be a good game, man. Listen. I love.
We gonna need cause I was talking high on Bijan, bro, and I don't remember if he was in
good.
Bijan looked like he about to be top 10 for sure. Like
Yeah. No, Jordan Love look nice too. Like I hope. Listen, if we lose, I want Bijan to perform good. That's it.
Bijan gonna go off. Bijan gonna go off. But the thing is, I had like the thing is, JJ was mad, bro, in the draft night because draft night the Hawks was playing, bro, and that was the game 6 of the Hawks, and then we was watching the draft because he wanted the DB. I said, yo, Bijan is about to go crazy.
No,
I was like,
true.
Yeah, Bijan is real. I had Atlanta not only winning the division, but I had them hosting the NFC Championship game. That's how raw I thought the Bijan pick and the rest of the team was. I was just like, yo, Bijan is cold.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I like what we doing, bro. Like realistically,
y'all look good. No, y'all look good.
Yeah, we I think we gonna be better than expected, but I think the Falcons is about to run off. I think the Falcons is about to run off with the division. I think the rest of the AFC just probably gonna suffer from like injuries because if I had to say, the Falcons look like they could just breeze through.
Leaf, let me ask you this question regarding the Jets. You said that the Jets are cursed. Do you think that the Jets
PSP,
are just as...
My phone about to die.
No, it's all good, Def. But Leaf, let me ask you this question, Leaf. Do you think the Jets are as cursed as the Knicks?
I think it might be worse because I don't know if you heard the story about how they won they first and only Super Bowl 3. So it's a whole YouTube on it. It's basically breaks down how the AFL at the time with in the NFL was kind of getting in a merge process, and they needed a market, and they needed a market to produce it. You know what I'm saying? So, and the Jets was a part of that market during that time because the Giants really wasn't that good. So they kind of used the Jets, and the Jets are kind of paying for that all of these years later. So like realistically, in retrospect, hindsight, without even like go and do like the whole dip and dab about it, but the Jets only Super Bowl win was kind of rigged. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people listen. I'm telling you, they got a whole YouTube on it, man. My dad is a Jets fan, and he showed it to me, so he was like, "All right." If I had to say that, yeah, I think the Knicks have been cursed longer, but no, the Knicks have only been cursed since 1985, because they cheated to get Patrick Ewing. Everybody know that.
Yeah, but
Everybody
you can
know.
also say they've been cheated ever since the Dolan stewardship. But okay.
Yeah, I mean, well, here's the thing about the Knicks, and the Jets. They both got new owners around the same time. When Dolan got the team, it was around the same time that the Jets owner, the owner before died. It was an old guy. I
Right.
forgot his name. Damn, it's gonna come back to me soon. But he died, and check this out. After he passed away, the Jets were about to get, guess who as coach? Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick accepts the coach's job right after Bill Parcells. He comes downstairs. He takes one look at the team on the practice field, and he's looking around like kind of like this, like, man, I'm not coaching this team. I'm not coaching this team. And he ran right back upstairs and resigned, and then called Robert Kraft, and then he's been with the Patriots ever since. That's how that happened. It was a whole documentary on it. It's called The Two Bills. It's a 30 for 30. You can
Oh
go
yeah,
watch it.
right. Yeah, I
Yes.
remember that.
So the Jets, man, listen. Oh man, it's even when they were trying to take steps in the right direction, and this team is very talented. I look at like Sauce Walker, no, excuse me, Sauce Gardner,
Quinn Williams.
Williams. They got some pieces over there, man. Like, they got a team. The defense is set already. Realistically, they only really need a quarterback. That's really only what they need. So my thing is with this quarterback class coming out next year is going to be loaded to the teeth. So like you could get somebody, but
Right.
the thing is, do you want to get somebody and put him right in the stream of things as a guy playing for New York and playing in the tri-state area and being under that New York pressure media? Because the thing is, even though the Jets have been sorry, there's a reason why the Aaron Rodgers pick has gotten so much buzz. It's gotten so much buzz because they believe that like the Jets and the Jets organization and a fan base and the media believe that he's gonna be the guy to take them over the top and stuff. But now and now you go into week 1, 4 plays in, 1 pass, and it's like, damn, Aaron Rodgers gave up on you too.
All right, Leaf. Let's talk about some NFL picks heading into this Sunday. Let's talk about your team, Packers and Falcons. Who you got in that one?
Oh, damn. That is a very tough game. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think we play in Atlanta.
Yes.
Oh, damn. Oh, man. I'm gonna take us. I'm gonna take us because not a lot of people is expecting us to do anything on defense. I think Bijan gonna have a game, but I take us by a point.
All right, that's all right. That's all good. Let's look at the next game right here. You got the Las Vegas Raiders going up against Buffalo, and it's at Buffalo, and Buffalo is an 8-point favorite in that one.
Yeah, I'm going with Buffalo. They better win that game. The Raiders ain't got no business winning nothing. at
All
all.
right. And the only reason why Buffalo lost against the Jets is because of Josh Allen's turnovers.
Exactly.
Now, this is another big game right here. Baltimore at Cincinnati, and Cincinnati is a 3-point favorite.
Oh man, wow, that is a big game. Damn, PSP. Oh man, already in week 2, and Cincinnati is coming off of that Joe Burrow debacle, and Joe Burrow got all excuses to why he lost. Man, this is a must win for Cincinnati, but but at the same time, is like a quick question: Is Baltimore is Baltimore back? Is Lamar really back, man?
He didn't play particularly. He didn't have an outstanding game. I mean, against the Texans, they just won because of their defense. They only held the Texans to just like 9 points by field goals. So Lamar Jackson, this is his first game back since or midway or late to last season. So we gotta wait and see with Lamar. I actually have the Ravens winning this one.
So we got the Cincinnati Bengals starting 0-2. I'm gonna go with the Ravens as well. I'm gonna go with the Ravens as well because I think they defense they're gonna have they're gonna have an attitude on them and especially in the division game like this. So I like in the way that I think Lamar's gonna come out and play a little bit better. So yeah, I'm gonna have the Ravens. I'm gonna pick them by 1 possession.
All right. Then the next game, Seattle at Detroit. And Detroit is a 4.5-point favorite.
Oh man. Wow.
I mean, Detroit, they came off a victory.
Very
against-
impressive.
Yeah.
Very impressive opener against the defending champions.
Even though without Chris Jones and Travis Kelce, but okay.
I think Detroit has they play the way that they play and the way that Campbell coaches them is
Dave Campbell,
yeah, he coaches them like he has had enough of all the BS. And they like, you know what, F it. We just taking chances, bro. Like, listen, screw that. We going for the kill. But sometimes going for the kill could hurt you. And it has last year. Sometimes you gotta learn when to like play it cool and take the right. I'm gonna go with Seattle.
All right.
I'm going I'm close game.
You going with Seattle?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Seattle in the shootout. Yeah.
All right. Why? Do you have that much faith in Geno?
I think Geno is. I think Geno has learned his ways, man, and he's. Oh, man, what a story though, right? Like, come on, I don't think can we count out Geno now, man? Like, yo, Seattle. I think listen. The thing that Seattle has more so than ever now, like Geno can get the ball down the field. He could get a lot of the wide receivers and a lot of things going in the offense. Yeah, man. I think Detroit is a little bit sporadic, man. Like they kind of like, yo, let's just go for the kill type of team, and I think that's gonna haunt them. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm gonna take Seattle in the shootout. Yeah, I'm gonna take Seattle in the shootout.
All right, that's what's up. Ain't no problem with that. I'm gonna go with Detroit in this one just to be conservative. Another game right here: Chargers at Titans, and the Chargers are 2.5-point favorites.
I got the Titans. I'm not listen and hold on. If Brandon, if you watching this, just know something. The Chargers, like they got a lot of talent, but the thing is, they can't really put it together for some reason. I don't know what it is. What if you want to say it's injuries, it's fine. If you want to say something else, it's fine. But I'm gonna go with the Titans at home, right?
Yep, it's at the game is at Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Tennessee at home, man. I'm I think Tennessee they gonna hold serve. I think they gonna because I ain't pick a home team yet anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna go Tennessee at home anyway. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Chargers in this one.
Ah.
All right, Chicago at Tampa Bay, and the Bucks are 2.5-point favorites.
Damn.
The Chicago can't get much worse, man.
I mean, I don't think they're gonna play as worse as they did against us or what. I guess if you want to say it, play worse, but I think that's gonna be like one of them games that's ending in the teens. It seemed like a 19-16 type of game, and I think Tampa's gonna get that one.
All right, and I'm gonna go with Chicago.
You got to. It's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be. It seems like it's gonna be like one of them 19-16 type of games or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on how Baker Mayfield plays. Now, Baker, to his credit, he played decent.
Oh yeah, they got Baker. Yeah, my bad. I gotta pick the Bears. Sorry about that.
Oh, now you
Yeah, I gotta pick the Bears. Yep. Come on, we done talked on this show about Baker. Like, oh man, Baker. You know what's crazy? When you remember last year when Baker got on the Rams and everybody was when everybody was talking about, Baker's back, man, and he won that game. Well,
yes.
Oh man, for a whole week, everybody thought Baker was like the guy because he had a short week of practice and then came to the team and it helped them win that game. And then every week after that, it was just like, Baker getting passed around the league like a joint, man. Like, oh man, this is crazy. Yeah, I got the Bears in that one. Ain't no way I'm not putting faith in Baker. I'm sorry.
All right, next one we got Kansas City versus Jacksonville. The game is at Jacksonville, and the Chiefs are 3.5-point favorites. Kadarius Toney better play well because he came off an embarrassing performance against Detroit, in which he had 3 drops, the pick 6, and also the fourth quarter one. So he deleted his Twitter after all the criticism he got in the Thursday night game, but then he brought back his Twitter when his former team, the Giants, lost 40-0, and then he later deleted it. So he better ball. Travis Kelce seems like he's coming back. They handled the Chris Jones. Chris Jones is back for a 1 year, but I'm gonna go with Kansas City in this one.
I'm gonna go with Kansas City in this one too. I don't think Mahomes and Andy Reid are even capable of losing 2 straight to teams that like basically like somewhat on the rise and they not have risen yet. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs on that one.
All right, we got Colts at Texans, and Houston is a 1-point favorite. It's going to be exciting to watch 2 rookie QBs.
Absolutely.
Richardson. Yeah,
absolutely, man. Damn, wow. We really got here, man. 2 black rookie quarterbacks, man. Like, man. This, damn, wow.
It's going to be exciting.
That is. I'm gonna go with the Colts.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to go with the Colts in this one. I think they're the better team at this point.
Yeah.
But I do think DeMeco Ryans is going to do a good job later down the stretch. All right. We got a big one right here, 405. 49ers versus Rams, and it's at the Rams, and San Francisco is a 7-point favorite. We saw what the 49ers did on the road against the Steelers, 30-7. The Rams are coming off an impressive victory last week against the Seattle Seahawks at Seattle. What says you, Leaf?
I'm gonna go with the punk ass 49ers, man.
I'm gonna go with the Rams.
You gonna go with the Rams? Oh wow. What's the word on the Rams? What you thinking? What you think?
I think Sean Payton is an excellent play caller, offensive play caller, same way as Kyle Shanahan, same way with Andy Reid. I think Matthew Stafford, when Stafford plays like this, man, this is a reason why the Rams said goodbye to Jared Goff. we're gonna trade 2 first-round picks. We're gonna trade a third-round pick, and we're gonna trade Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford so that we can get all these picks just to get Matthew Stafford because we believe Matthew Stafford can put us in a better position to win a Super Bowl, and he did the first year. Stafford's only problem has been durability. That's his concern. But when he
Right.
plays like this, he shows you what he's capable of.
Absolutely, absolutely. I
And
think
Aaron Donald, if Aaron Donald can be, and we all know Aaron Donald is a beast. So if he can be what he was, and again, he was giving Geno some problems. So I think that the Rams should win this one. I'm gonna go with the Rams 24, 49ers 22. That's a huge upset pick that I'm picking, but I'm rolling
that's
with it.
that is a huge upset pick. I think Aaron Donald and Stafford have found their groove in terms of getting back to playing the way they planned. That they came off a abysmal year this past year, the previous year when they didn't do anything that year. So like right after the Super Bowl, so I'm guessing they got a little hunch trying to get the team to rally around them. But I think the 49ers is they pretty much the class of that division. It's pretty much their division to lose. Everybody keeps saying it's their NFC to lose.
Yeah.
Not negating the Philadelphia Eagles and all the other teams and
All right.
just like
Now
that.
this is
But I still got the Niners, man. I'm gonna have to pick the Niners on that.
I'm still going with Rams, but let's talk about this one of the least interesting games this week. New York Giants at Arizona. The Giants are 4.5-point favorites. The Cardinals, they're gonna probably tank the rest of the season to try to get their hands on Caleb Williams. The Giants, man, you can't get much worse than what you were last week. You got shut out 40-0, albeit against the Dallas Cowboys and their defense. Daniel Jones got $40 million. Okay, he got his money, he got his bag. Saquon's still there. If they have another bad performance against this Arizona Cardinals team, and if they lose, there's going to be huge concerns with the Giants.
They're all going to be huge concerns with the Giants. And real quick, Daniel Jones getting what was it, 40 million?
4-year, 160 million.
4 years. Daniel Jones getting 4 years, 160 million as basically a rollout merchant to Saquon Barkley, a rollout left, rollout right merchant to Saquon Barkley, because that's who Daniel Jones is. He's a running quarterback. He's a quarterback that could get going, like in terms of getting out the pocket and running extended plays. He's not somebody that could get the ball down the field and make big plays. He could throw the little 15-yarders and the little short passes, but he's not throwing that ball down the field. He's pretty much Rich Gannon with legs. That's pretty much what he is, man. So my like him getting 4 years, 60 million, I think is a slap across Saquon Barkley's face. And I think Saquon Barkley kind of knows it. I don't really like the way that dispute went for that contract was kind of like it kind of black-eyed the running back position to me, because I strongly believe if Saquon Barkley can't change the market, then nobody can. Like
Right.
that, as far as the running back position. But if you telling me that CMC is going to be the last running back for a while to get a big contract in terms of we all know he's more than a running back, obviously, but we could say the same thing for Saquon Barkley. You know what I'm saying? In terms of his dynamic ability on the field, as a term to CMC, when he was on the Panthers and he got that money. Now, if you telling me that Panthers CMC was rightfully deserving of that money and Saquon Barkley wasn't, then we got a huge problem as far as the running back market. Not just as far as the running back market, but in terms of what we value at the running back position anymore. You know what I'm saying? So like you can have I guess you can have a running game, and not have a running back. And I think the Kansas City Chiefs pretty much proved it, man. They done got rid of Kareem Hunt, and it's almost like they can't lose. You know, like the resume is still getting stronger. So my thing is like this is really a black eye across the face of the running back position. this is really a big time black eye. But nonetheless, I got the Giants to win that game. They better win that damn game. I'm like Arizona is clearly in tank position. You know what I'm saying? So like they better have win that game. They better win that game.
All right, Leaf, of course, we all know Jets versus Cowboys. No Aaron Rodgers. Zach Wilson will be playing. Cowboys are coming off a great victory last week against the Giants. But Dak Prescott, I think this is going to be a very good defensive-oriented game, low scoring. I still have Dallas winning this one. But the only way I would feel much comfortable if you're a Dallas fan to win this game very convincingly is that you're going to have to ask Dak Prescott to have an outstanding game. And I don't see that happening with Dak. I think he'll play okay, but Dallas should win this one 23-20. What says you? Actually, 2017.
2017. Well, I think this game is going to be a test of defensive endurance. And what I mean when I say that is which defense is going to basically like break their first win like first. You know what I'm saying? So because it's going to be a lot of it. You know, both defenses are stingy as hell. Obviously, it's going to be about which defense stays on the field the longest. Probably most likely going to be the Jets if I had to guess, because I don't really see them getting across the 50-yard line against that defense with Zach Wilson. Be honest with you, but so I'm gonna have to go with the Cowboys. I'm gonna go with like some low scoring, probably like 17 to 6. Something like that.
Okay. 17-6. We got Commanders versus Broncos, and the Broncos are a 3.5-point favorites.
Screw them. I got the Commanders.
I got Broncos win this one.
Really? Come, bro, PSP.
No, here's why. And I said this on my other podcast, Commanders the man. First of all, do you know it's been since 2011 that the Commanders started off the season 2-0, going back to 2011? 12 years.
Wow.
And Denver, I just don't see them going 0-2 in the era of Sean Payton and Russell Wilson. Now, if they go 0-2, that's going to be more on Sean Payton because he's done a lot of talking, especially what he had to say about Nathaniel Hackett and what he said about Denver the year before. So if Sean Payton, and again, he got his money, he got his authority, he's there to help out Russell Wilson because Denver paid a ton of money for Russell Wilson for it to work and flourish. Is Jared Jeudy going to come back and play? I don't trust Washington's offensive line. You know, they let Sam Howell get sacked 6 times last week. And that's also on Sam Howell because he was holding on to the football a little too long. You also got to talk about the matchup between Terry McLaurin and Patrick Surtain. I think Denver should win this one, though.
That was a lot of that you just said just now, as opposed to the Denver side. Me personally, I think Denver got robbed, man. Once Russell Wilson started showing up to the Nuggets games with Sierra and try to get in the front row like he this big mega star, man. And he really, and everybody knows he's a beast mode merchant. He's always has been. So my thing is like, if you want to say all about the seasons that he done had before he got to Denver, a lot of those seasons were really first him going off in the first half and him fizzling out in the second half of the season. So, like, realistically, Russell Wilson there's nothing realistically that he can show me anymore. That with all of the stuff that he's been able to get away with over the years in Seattle. And Sean Payton, you did mention Sean Payton. I think Sean Payton, he seemed like he there for a money grab, man. They gonna give him some guaranteed type of check, something like that, man, because of his name. It's more of a name value thing. So I'm going with the Commanders because I strongly believe that Denver is gonna underestimate them, and they're not gonna focus on the keys of the game and everything in terms of what the Commanders is bringing, man. Like, you gotta have some faith in that team, man. I'm telling you, man. Cause like, yo, listen. They will surprise people just when least suspected. You know what I'm saying? I seen that team messed around and win the division, man. While the Cowboys and the Eagles was all playing around, pit-patting around, man. Like, and then messed around and creeped up out of nowhere and won the division, man. So I'm gonna go with the Commanders just off of that, man. Like I don't. There's nothing about the Broncos that really is really gonna move me. Like because of name value, I'm not looking at name value no more because I think Russell Wilson is basically overstayed his welcome in the NFL, and Sean Payton was one of those coaches that kind of fizzled it, like he was in, but he really wasn't in to me. Like so, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with the Commanders on this one.
All right. Miami at New England, and Miami is a 3-point favorite.
Gotta go with Miami. Screw the Patriots. They deserve everything they get. We all know that they have cheated time and time again. We have no respect for them. You've been on record about Belichick being a fraud. And being on fraud and being on fraud watch. Miami, I think they one of them teams they seem like one of them teams that's gonna get hot. The first half of the season, I think they're gonna be one of the best first half of the season teams. The second half is the problem. I think the second half is gonna be the issue because obviously well, not just because of the weather, because Tua and his long term availability.
Yeah.
With the way that he just if he could somehow make it through a 17 game season healthy, I think Miami has a shot. I think they have a shot, a shot at the division, a shot. I'm gonna say a shot. So Patriots to me, yeah, no, Mac Jones ain't cutting it. They ain't going nowhere. So Miami.
All right, I got Miami. Saints versus Panthers, Monday Night Football, and the Saints are 3-point favorites.
Damn. Panthers. The Panthers.
I'm going Saints because of their defense.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Saints, but I really want to see that Bryce Young kid do good, man. I think he got a bright future. I think, yeah, man. But I'm gonna have to go with the Saints. I think their defense gonna hold serve, and they gonna give Bryce Young his welcome to the NFL moment. Probably with that, yeah. So Saints.
And just in case, folks, there's another game on Monday Night Football, and this will be on ABC, 8:15 p.m. Cleveland at Pittsburgh, and the Browns are a 2.5-point favorite.
I got the Browns. Myles Garrett gonna whoop somebody ass on that team again. That's what's gonna happen. I got to beat them down Browns, man. The Steelers is one of those teams that's probably gonna end up finishing 500. Just to say that Mike Tomlin is a decent coach, which he is. I think he put together a very good career, a Hall of Fame career at that. If you want to,
man's never had a losing record under his watch.
Never. But I think this may be the first year they just don't really have no real talent offensively. I don't. I'm looking at them. I'm just like where's the guy? Where's the leaders offensively? But Pittsburgh has always had a great defense. T.J. Watt, one of the best defenders in the league. Yeah. So I don't really think that's gonna really be enough because the Browns got Myles Garrett. I just don't think that the Browns have enough wideouts, wide receivers to get the job done, and that's probably where Kareem Hunt and Deshaun Watson is basically going to be like, all right, I guess we got to take over, and I think they're capable of that. For a good portion of the season, Deshaun Watson especially, he's going to have to really remind this league that he was well on his way a couple of years ago with the Texans. So I got to beat them down Browns with this.
All right. And I got Cleveland as well. Let's talk about some college football real quick. We're going to talk a little bit about some college football. It's about primetime Deion Sanders. Now, they're facing Colorado State tomorrow night. I think the game is on ESPN. This is what the Colorado State head coach, Jay Norvell, had to say about Deion Sanders regarding Deion Sanders' attire during media interviews. When I talk to grown-ups, I take my hat and my glasses off. That's what my mother taught me. Leaf, man, what are your thoughts about what Prime had to say?
I mean, listen, but like, if you don't notice about Prime, like, if we talk about like compared to the like when we talk about football in terms of mentality, bro, like it's not much. Like, doesn't really take much to get him riled up. You know what I'm saying? And you basically kind of poking the bear and poking the grizzly bear. You know what I'm saying? Like in him, but like this dude really knows how to motivate. And that's all you really need, man. Because when he's in the locker room and he's telling the team, like, look, yo, listen, any man, any real father, man, like, yo, as soon as he say something about my kids, it's personal. He says, yo, yeah, listen, and now this game is gonna be personal too, because see, y'all just want to win. That's what it is, and I strongly think, man, like he got those kids like march locking and stepping, man, to everything that he's saying and everything that he's doing on that sideline, man. You cannot tell me Prime don't know what he's doing or don't know something, man. Like, because this is Colorado State. I'm just now hearing of them now, and I'm like, man, listen, it's probably gonna be an ass whooping fiesta. Colorado, yeah, Colorado is. I think Prime is on a mission, and I think Prime is out here to prove everybody wrong about him being in a powerhouse and turning this unit into a powerhouse again. He gonna prove a lot of people wrong, because listen, Alabama is struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama is struggling. They done already lost to Texas, and Nick Saban already got put on blast, man, by what was it? What's the dude that used to coach? What's his name? What was it? SC or was it FSU? What was it?
You mean the one who's now in Texas A&M?
I think so. I think he's on
Jimbo
Texas.
Fisher.
Bimbo, yep, Bimbo. Because
Jimbo.
Jimbo. My bad, Jimbo already put him on blast. He was like, man, listen, I know about you, because he worked there. You know what I'm saying? He worked there with him. So, yo, man, listen, I think Nick Saban's days as the go-to coach of college football somewhat look like he coming to an end, man. What you think?
If he continues to go on this trend, yes. I mean, we're starting to see Alabama decline. We're also seeing that with Clemson. We're also seeing that with other teams, man. So I guess the Nick Sabans and guys like that, you're gonna have to get ahead with the times, man.
Oh, absolutely. You you spoke on that and terms of the
Clemson,
in terms of Clemson and in terms of getting these players and recruiting these players, man, like, and that old school mentality is starting to die out.
right.
And that's
But
kind of what Nick Saban kind of represents still. But yeah. Good. Go ahead, say what you're saying.
What I was gonna say is I just think they're just jealous because they don't have the swagger, the charisma, the personality like Prime. And Prime is finding ways to believe. So I don't give a fuck if Prime is wearing glasses or jewelry, stuff like that. The bottom line, can he get the job done? Can he motivate players? Can he lead by example? Can he get these kids to go somewhere that they never thought or imagined? And so far, he's done that. They're just jealous is because obviously his race. He black.
I mean, when he enters a room, listen, and he's been doing this since the 80s, man. When he enters a room, he ended draft night. Did you see him on draft night in the NFL?
Fly ass outfit.
Yep. Listen, you got a whole hundreds of thousands of shines on with some shades and everything. Like, listen, the way he created Primetime was basically in his dorm room, and he only used it on the football field because he said still to this day when he signs a baseball, he never puts Primetime on it. He never puts Primetime on it. So my thing is just like listen, in terms of football, man, like this dude if this dude ain't Jordan, bro, like as far as football, man, I don't know, like
They
who
just
the heck?
want him to be. They just want him to be something of what they want him to be. They want him to be corporate. They want him to be buttoned up. They want him to be, kind of like any ordinary or typical coach. And that's not who Prime is.
No,
Prime's his own man.
yes, yes, he is, man, and you can see that in the way that he talk and all the interviews and everything. And the thing is, Prime is basically living his second career with this thing, man. Like I never thought I'd see him as no head coach in no damn college football. I'm like, all right, Prime is somebody, man. Like, all right, listen. Second to Bo Jackson was probably one of the best athletes, all around athletes, and probably Randy Moss. I thought it wasn't a thing that Randy Moss couldn't do on
Right.
or off the football field, bro. I like rent license. When we saw the Vikings back then, I was just shaking my head. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker here, man. I'm like, god damn. But Randy was really, really like that, man. Terrell Owens, man, like all those guys. But when we talk about football, obviously corners, but there's a
He's
real
number
big
one. He's number one.
there's a real big conversation in terms of football players all around that Deion Sanders his argument for the greatest football player of all time still holds serve to this day. It
Right.
still holds serve. The only people that could disrupt it is maybe Walter Payton and Lawrence Taylor. And we talking in terms of defensive players, Lawrence Taylor and maybe Reggie White. Man, God rest his soul. So
Mhm.
if we talking like we talking about somebody that changed every damn thing in this game, man. Like it's nothing. I like if you want to listen. The race issue, the thing is, it's people that had issues with Deion for years for being Deion. Because there's nobody else that's out there being Prime. Like, you know what
But
I'm saying?
they're just jealous because either the race part, because of what he can do and how they feel about him, or they just jealous because they can't pull it off.
Look, I'm a listen. I'm a listen. I'm gonna end it like this, man. Listen, the bottom line is Prime done had people mad at him in college. He done had people mad at him in the pros. He done had people mad at him at baseball. He done had people mad at him with his retirement speech. Like, just I don't know if he knows. It's like, all right, yo, let me just go make somebody mad or whatever. This, that, and third. But Prime is Prime through and through. And for the people that say, yo, when are you gonna grow up and this, that, I'm like, I feel like Prime.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen because Prime is like you're not gonna get Deion when we talking football. You only gonna get him when you talking baseball. That's the only time you're gonna get him, bro. When you talking baseball, and even then he gonna show out, bro. If you say something about him, you know what I'm saying? Because that's his mo. That's his whole big up. That's his mo. You know what I'm saying? Like Prime is Prime, man. I can't be mad at Prime, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So listen, Colorado. Anytime you got Wu-Tang and Cameron and everybody coming at your game and you supporting you, man. Like, listen, you got everybody want to be a part of something, Prime. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep up the good work. Go ahead, man. Do your thing, man. Shout out to the son too, man.
No,
Shout
shit.
out.
You're saying there's also Travis Hunter can ball too.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yeah. So
All right, let's do some start benches and cuts. So we're gonna do one sports one, and we're gonna do some entertainment stuff. So start bench or cut, Leaf. You get in their prime. Would you start bench or cut between Von Miller, J.J. Watt, or Aaron Donald?
God damn. Wow. Damn. I'm gonna go Aaron Donald. Start. We're gonna bench Vaughn, and I don't think JJ was better than either one of them. So I mean, we gotta have to cut JJ, man. So yeah.
I kind of actually agree with your list, though. I think AD's on another level Von Miller, people forget how good he was though in 2015. You know, and it's amazing. He's never not won a Defensive Player of the Year award. And
That's a fact. That's a
yeah,
fact. That's a fact. I mean, but okay, but what you saying that was he really that good, bro? Like, can we really honestly say he was ever better than 80?
he was good though. I mean, Von Miller, if you look at him, two Super Bowls, Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP. Okay, I'm factoring other things too, but when you look at his prime in Denver, he was that legit
Yes,
in
he was. Yes, he was. Yes, he
second overall
was.
pick behind Cam, of course. And when you look at it, he was Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2011. He was three-time first team All Pro in 2012, 2015, 2016, second team All Pro in 2011, 14, 17, and 18. He's in the NFL's 2010s All Decades team. He's going to be in the discussion as far as he's a Hall of Famer. He's definitely going to be a first ballot. But I do think Von Miller and the impact that he had, I think you could bench him, and then JJ. Even though JJ's got 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards and he's great, but he doesn't have the playoff transition as those guys.
I never thought he was better. Yeah, I never thought he was better than Von Miller or Aaron Donald. Like, and the thing is, I swear, JJ Watt done had some phenomenal years and for some phenomenal feats, athletic feats in terms of like the way he got off the man. JJ Watt at the time was probably one of the most fed in them Texan years, man. Like, so, but at the same time, I don't think neither one of them could go over Aaron Donald. I'm gonna have to throw Vaughn in second, and I'm gonna have to throw JJ on the third, man. Yeah.
All right. Let's do some entertainment. So you get a choice of movies, Leaf. Remember the Titans, Any Given Sunday, or Gridiron Gang. Which one you starting, benching, or cutting?
I remember going to the movies when Remember the Titans got came out, and we were my mom's got upset because we didn't go with an adult. I would think I was 13 at the time. I'm like, the movie was rated PG. I was like, I don't care. You should wear with it. I'm like, man, listen, get out of here, man. It's a movie. Come on, man. I went with 2 friends, man. They know. But that's how good Remember the Titans was. Remember the Titans was that damn good. Any Given Sunday was good too. Gridiron Gang was good too, man. Like, I hate to put it in last, but I mean, I think in terms of like the seriousness of like a football movie and what she was looking for from a football movie, I'm gonna have to go with Remember the Titans first, Any Given Sunday second, and we're gonna keep Gridiron Gang third. Yeah.
All right, I agree there. Let's move into a different direction. Rap. You starting, benching, and cutting.
Well, this is probably gonna be totally biased for me, because I'm more of a play on words type of dude. If you ever heard Ticket Rap, man, like most of the raps that he know, man, I grew up off of. So we got Big at 1, obviously. Damn. Yeah. We got Big at 1, Tupac at 2. Bench Tupac, and then Nas is legendary as hell. Always has been, always will be. He turns 50 I think today or tomorrow.
Yeah, he was born in 73.
Yeah. So I'm gonna throw Nas on the back end, even though I don't want to, but I'm gonna throw Nas on the back end.
It's a tough one, but for me, I'm starting Pac, I'm benching Big, and I'm cut Nas.
I feel like a lot of people, because like the thing is, like Pac, I feel like he was definitely more poetry based, but like I don't think his his wordplay wasn't as good, obviously, as Nas, but the way that he could display a lot of it on record was
Hmm.
very very great, man. It's the Dear Mom and whatchamacallit and Keep Your Head Up still get played to this day.
Oh, no question.
Yeah, so
But
definitely.
yeah, definitely. And then last one, and we're gonna do it with a comedy.
Ha 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 ha. Okay, so I'm a Chappelle. I think has exceeded anything. I think so many comedians have done. Chappelle is was able to talk about at any type that he was able to like to be so versatile with was any type of comedy, whether it was like some real nigga shit or some like something outside of that, you know what I'm saying? Race, whatever, the business. He was able to take real stories and make them seem funny. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with Chappelle on that. Um Martin ain't been funny in a long time, but I thought he was always funnier than Chris Rock. I'm gonna throw Chris Rock on the third.
I'm gonna go with Chappelle because it's the Chappelle show. I still love the skits that he did,
Oh, absolutely.
even though people look at, I still laugh at that R. Kelly skit that he
Oh
did though.
yeah, yes I do. Yes I do. I laugh. I think I'm ignorant as hell for laughing at it, but I'm still laughing because I don't even remember the actual R. Kelly song just because of him.
I know what song he was trying to copy off of R. Kelly. He
It was, it
he was
was
sampling the song
feeling on your booty. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, I don't even remember how that song went, man. Like because I'm like,
My other favorite is when he was saying white power,
oh
white.
yeah. When he was a black white supremacist, yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that. Oh god. He said, "Hey, I mean, he said this might be the worst thing. This might be the most diabolical thing I've ever done on TV, but I'm gonna show it. I might get kicked off of it." Oh man, just legendary stuff, man. I think listen, Chappelle, man, this legendary stuff, man. Legendary.
But but I gotta give love to Kevin Hart on this. He did say this. Martin hasn't gotten the flowers or the respect that he's gotten. That show, Martin,
Mm,
90s, I still watch it to this day. And what comedians love about Martin, he opened the floor and door for a lot of them. Dave as well, Tracy Morgan. Chris Rock even talked about how Martin Lawrence beat his ass one time on a comedy spot.
mm. Yeah, definitely. Martin. I say Martin. As far as the '90s goes, Martin he has been bar none the cream of the crop in terms of that entire decade. Most of the stuff after that decade was kind of like, all right, yo, damn, Martin was kind of like fizzling out. He had issues,
That
this,
was
that,
because of
the third.
Hollywood. That was
Yeah,
because of Hollywood
it was
shit.
it was because of Hollywood, but I
Remember,
never read.
he did walk into the middle of the street waving the gun, screaming, "They
Yeah,
trying to kill me."
yeah, definitely. He did. He definitely did do that. Chris, but in terms of just being funny, I never thought Chris Rock was really funnier than him, bro. Like, I never thought it.
No,
Never.
I thought Martin was better, and I like Chris Rock, but
Yeah.
I thought Martin was better. But Dave is the better comedian. But Martin, though, I think people have forgotten just how good of a how great of a comedian he was, and I don't think he's gotten enough of his flowers or the respect. That's what I think.
Right. I could agree with you with that for sure.
Well, anyway, folks, that concludes the rest of the Sports PSP podcast. Leaf, any final words and tell them where to follow you, man.
Yes. YouTube.com/Leaf4788. I haven't been doing videos in a while. I've kind of been relocating a little bit, but I'm gonna get back on track, man. I think I should be on the PC channel soon. With the when they do the Nets review, the Brooklyn Nets review, because I personally asked Ron to send me the thing so I can go over there. So anybody that's looking for me over there and claim that I only came on during Chill Town shows and whatever, man. I'll be over there soon, man. I'll be back for sure.
All right, and see if Ron can get me on because he told me he was gonna get me on PC Gridiron or some shit, man. I'm still waiting, Ron, but no, Ron a good dude though. But
Yeah, Ronnie gets you. You don't worry about it. Yeah, he'll get you.
But anyway, folks, y'all know where to follow me, Sports PSP. Please go like and subscribe to my YouTube channel as well as IG. Also, follow me on TikTok, Sports PSP3. We're going to come up with some more content next week. Next Friday show will be at 10 p.m. Anyway, folks, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. Peace.